So anyway, so today I'm talking about blank, something that you can do and get going on it quickly without compromising your lifestyle. And that is starting to lose body fat. And hey, baby Aaron, starting to lose body fat. And I talked to a lot of people. Hey, Belinda, thanks, hun, for hopping in. I really hope I don't get kicked off here. And that is losing body fat. So it's a big thing. Everybody's looking for it. Everybody wants to lose body fat. Some people are still sort of stuck in the idea of losing weight, which is not really the most effective way to think about it. It's really about turning your body into a fat-burning, metabolizing machine and helping it retain lean muscle and shed that unwanted body fat, with, of course, the side effect of releasing some toxins, right? Some of the yucky stuff that's floating around that gets hidden in our fat cells. So anyway, 3 ways to get going on this really quickly, and I know this from experience. Number 1 would be stop counting calories. Stop trying to worry about how many calories in this, calories in that. I suppose some other experts, I'm certainly not an expert, but you might have some experts argue with me on that and say, yes, you do. I think for the average person who really just wants to get going on leaning out and feeling better and all the benefits that losing body fat brings, you really need to just stop spending so much time counting calories and start looking at your nutrition and what you're eating, like your macros, right? Are you getting protein evenly distributed through the day? Are you getting your full complement of nutrition? You know, what sort of supplements are you using? Are they off the shelf? Which generally, I'm sorry, aren't great. And you know, how much sugary stuff are you eating? How much alcohol are you drinking? You know, are you drinking enough water? Just looking at the things that you're actually, I've got my dogs here just making sure they're not taking off, the things that you're consuming, and look at your nutrition and look at your macros and look at, you know, how you can bring maybe a bit more joy into what you're eating. And also convenience. Convenience is a big deal for a lot of people. So how can you get the most amount of nutrition delivered to you easily and in a way that is actually going to be absorbed by your body, right? Like there's so many other things to think about before we even start thinking about calories. And if you just do that, start thinking about your macros, how much protein you're getting, just having a look at what you're eating. It's way easier than having to work out how many calories are in a handful of almonds. And thank you, whoever that was, I can't see very well. Hey, Marguerite. Hey, Paul. Hey, Karine. Thanks for popping in. I'd love to know where you're listening from. If you're new, please put new down in the comments. Anyway, so that's the first thing, right? Just simplify, you know, what you're looking at, because a lot of people who get into the weight loss thing immediately think that they have to start counting calories, but that's really kind of a throwback from the diet era. Anyway, so number 2 is figure out a way to incorporate some fasting into your lifestyle. So intermittent fasting, there's heaps of science behind it. There's always been, but now it seems the status quo is jumping on this idea of intermittent fasting. I've used it for a long time now. It's amazing. It is according to mainstream science, it is the most effective, powerful anti-aging strategy we can incorporate into our lifestyle. And it's not that hard. There's a million different ways to do it. Professional athletes do it. People who are body comping do it. And I know from talking to literally dozens of these people that they can actually, you know, go without all of the crazy ass starvation kind of techniques that happen for a lot of athletes in this area. And it really just allows them to more effectively get shredded in a really healthy way. And it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. There's lots of different ways of doing it. I incorporate a particular fasting strategy that's nutritionally supported that I love, and that's really sustainable. That's the key. It's got to be something sustainable. So number 2 is figure out how to fast, intermittent fast. And number 3 would be change up your exercise routine and start incorporating some anaerobic exercise. So if you love to walk, that's awesome, but that's really not going to help your body burn too much body fat. So we're all time poor, and we want to find more effective effective ways to put our bodies into really great fat burning mode. And the great thing about anaerobic workout is that when you actually, you know, it's not using more, I don't even know, I can't even think of how to explain it. Somebody on here can jump in the comments and explain anaerobic versus aerobic. But aerobic is like slow, steady, I can still talk while I'm running exercise, versus doing something, whatever it is. Maybe it is walking for you, maybe it's running, maybe it's the treadmill at the gym, maybe it's the elliptical machine at the gym, but it's taking a shorter amount of time with really intense bursts followed by a rest period, right? So I come down here a lot, like I just did this morning, and did a bunch of 30-second sprints, right? It doesn't take a lot of time. It takes some effort, but it allows you to condense a really effective workout into a very short period of time, and it allows your body to experience that afterburn. So your body will actually burn more energy, right, fat as well, after an intensive anaerobic exercise like that. It's like absolutely awesome, right? It's the afterburn. So you're burning more energy, kilojoules, calories, fat, whatever, for a longer period of time after. And it's actually a great complement to weight training, you know, because a lot of heavy duty cardio exercise will I think start to eat away at muscle mass. So I hope you got some value from the 3 ways that you can quickly really get your fat burning journey sort of catapulted and starting. And yeah, I've used all of these things with great success. So I do have a women's support group, and that's open to certain people who under invite, who are maybe open to learning a little bit more about what I do with this regime and the results that I've got. So if that interests you at all, if you're at all open to that, please feel free to reach out to me in a private message. I'd love to connect, and maybe we might be a fit. Maybe you might be a fit to work with me. Yeah, just reach out if that piques your interest. And I will be here again tomorrow on hopefully an engaging and titillating topic around health and wellness, or of course mindset.